Quick show note before we start this episode. Translations were provided by Tokyo-based graphic designer and friend of the podcast, Komada Keiko. All right, welcome to Dog People, a podcast about the Japanese punk bands Going Steady and Nang Boyz. And we're here with a very special guest, the one and only CHIN NAKAMURA. Hello, good to see you.
こんにちは。Hello.
お久しぶりですね。
Where have you been hiding your sorry ass? ごめん。
I can't believe you still remember that.
ごめん、それしか。
So today we wanted to talk to CHIN about some of his early days in punk rock and all that. So let's just start it out. When did you first discover punk rock music?
多分ね、1997 I think.
1997.
ね、違うか。多分 around that time. グリーンデー and High Standard かな。
What about The Offspring?
でも同じ at the same time.
Same time? Okay.
That was my first punk band, The Offspring. Maybe yours too, Mike?
Definitely like Green Day and Offspring at the same time. Like the two were like big right at the same time with all my friends, I felt like.
So CHIN,
Right.
after discovering punk rock and falling in love with it, when did you start playing guitar?
Just playing guitar is started
When I was 14,
Okay.
でもその時
but
は
at the time I was into a comedy folk song.
みたいな
Cool.
ちょっ
A
と
little bit
ダサい
weird and
ダ
nerdy.
サいでもすごいフェイマスフォークソング I loved.
Can you tell us a few of the artists' names?
You guys might not be familiar, but the singer-songwriter Kamon Tatsuo, he was doing this like comedy folk music.
Come on, Tatsuo.
なんかコメディそうコメディ
Comedy folk music.
今ウニが来て君はネギトロ食った2人前土産持って帰
人とあとチャゲアンド
And
アスカ
Chage and Asuka,
Do you know?
Oh, yeah, I've heard of them.
すごい
the vocal
ビ
duo
ビ
who
なんか
were pretty big in Japan.
すごい好きだった
Did your family play music?
ね
Not much.
Not so much.
Okay.
でもお母
But
さ
my
ん
mom
お母
was
さんちょっとクラシ
into
カル
classic music.
What instrument does she play?
フルートとか
Ah, flute.
うん
Okay.
だから全然
Yeah, so like not punk rock at all.
But does your mother listen to your punk music?
後でその後では聞いたけどその時は聞いてない
So what was her reaction to your bands like Snotty and Nang Boyz?
Can't understand そうだね
Actually, I wanted to ask you about that because our mutual friend Mike Park, he said that he met you because you were working for like a record company or something in Japan, like in the business side. You were doing kind of like an office job. So, did your family want you to do, office work or like to go into business or something?
多分そうだねmy parents wanted to normal life but
Okay.
I am not normal. So, 多分 I think. So, ska に
When I met
スカ
ska
パン
punk
ク
was
にあった
around
時
the same
も
time when I was working at the big record
レコード
company.
カンパニービッグレコードカンパニーあった時は多分大体 一緒ぐらい。最初スカ
Oh,
パンク
actually,
で
Ska was
マイク
first.
パークとか、
I was
18歳の
introduced
時
to
ぐら
Mike
いから
Park in the punk
その
scene when I
パンク
was
シーンあ
18.
ったけど、その後で、でも、普通に就職しなきゃって思って、
Then I started working for the record company as my day job.
仕事。
But I was employed
で
as
も
a
パーマネン
part-time.
トじゃな
It was
く
not
て
the permanent
な
position.
んていうか、パートタイムジョブ
Okay.
Okay.
What were you doing at the record company?
アカウンタント。
Okay. So did you study business in school?
でも、ちょっと、my college course was management,
Okay.
company management. But I met ska punk at the time, so I can't management. Yeah.
Ska punk ruined your career.
そう、マイクパークとか、そういう、カリフォルニアシーン made me no normal life.
Okay. Speaking of Mike Park, I have something I want to ask you on the record here. So you were in the band Young Punch, and you asked Mike Park if he wanted to produce your album in the US. Can you tell us that story?
多分1997
Around
ぐらいからその
1997,
スカパンクの
Ska punk
movement
movement came to Japanese
日
young
本
punk
に
scene,
すごいビッグムーブメント
and
で
it became a big movement.
若いパンクシーンで。で、僕、ヤングパンチっていうバンドで
I was in the band called Young Punchy.
結構、たくさんそういうバンドがいて、で、マイク・パークとかがよく、
Mike Park often came to Japan and released with Pop Shot and toured with
煙
Kimmery.
と一緒にツアーとかしてて、
Yeah, yeah.
で、ヤングパンチも、
Young
その
Punchy wanted to
ちょっと
release the
wanted
music
to
from Asian Man Records.
released by Asian Man Records みたいな感じだったんだけど、多分、ボーカルの
And I think our singer asked Mike to help.
マイクにリリースしてって多分頼んだんだけど、マイクはちょっと、
But Mike was like,
みたいな感じで。
Later, we
後で聞
heard
いたら
that he wasn't impressed by our music.
Yeah, that's Mike. That's Mike for sure.
Yeah, Chin, you said the English pronunciation was so bad
so.
that Mike couldn't understand anything they were saying, and that's why he didn't want to put it out, I think.
あまり
Yeah, I think he was telling us that our English pronunciation was so bad, and that's the reason he didn't like it.
みたいなことを言ってたと思う、確か。
Okay.
でもね、なんか、
But he actually helped us release the music from other label.
Tomato Head Records.
そう。
We'll ask Mike Park about this story and confirm his side of the story.
Mike told me he asked Going Steady and he asked Breakfast
そうだね。
to do records on Asian Man, and both of those bands told him no.
そうだね。
We got some beef going now.
でもね、後でブレイクファーストメンバー、ちょっとリグレット。
Oh, really?
なんか、って言ってた。I heard.
That's too bad. Speaking of Mike Park, Chin, I brought this record today.
すごい。
What can you tell me about this band?
これはね、すごいね、ベリーレアスタッフだね。
This is your old hardcore band, Ahiro.
そう。アヒロは、僕
The
の名
band
前
name
が、
Ahiro came
Takahiro
from my real name, Takahiro.
本当の
But they shortened the name to Ahiro because it was difficult to pronounce.
アヒロにしようって言ってて、で、多分ね、一日で、なんか
I think we
オールナイト
recorded this
レコーディン
all
グ
in one night.
でできたやつで、
All in one night.
そう、リハー
When
サル
we
スタ
were
ジオで遊
hanging
んで
out
て、
in the
そのまま多
recording
分
studio.
撮ったと思う。
And Mike is singing in fake Japanese, the
そ
show?
うそうそうそうそうそう。ね、なんかもう、ただの
Yeah, he's just
クリー
screaming.
ムクリームとでもこれ、マキシマムロックンロールが
But we were interviewed by
あの
Maximum
レビュー
Rock and Roll.
じゃないインタビューしてくれて。
So Maximum Rock and Roll gave it a really good review or something?
なんか、メールが来て、
Yeah, we received an email saying it was great.
Hey.
でも、ちょっとなんか偽物っぽい感じ。
But we thought it was
ねなっ
fake.
ちゃうからなんかちょっとどうしようかなって。そうマイクは確か
So we
出なかった
didn't
の
mention
その
about
インタビュー
Mike
は
in
マ
the
イクはその
interview
だから
because
ちょ
we
っとシークレ
wanted
ット
to
バンド
be
の
like a secret band.
感じ
Ah.
だからマイク・パークとあと
I
3人
responded
は
to the interview
僕の
with the
友
rest of
達
the band member
た
who
だの
were
友
friends
達
of
っていう
mine.
か一緒にバンドやってた友達でその3人だけそのインタビュー受けた。
Chin, what can you tell me about this band? Jay Adams.
So nostalgic. I don't even have the copy anymore.
I found this tape in Mike Park's trash.
そうですか。
Wow, really?
I'm not making this up.
本当。
It's Jay Adams. What's the band called?
It's a band called Jay Adams, 2-song demo. Inside the tape, we have Animal Chin.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
What can you tell us about this band?
これはね、これも友達
This is what I did with my
と一緒にや
friends
ってて
when I was working at the record
さっ
company.
きのそのレコードカンパニーやってた時にそのメジャーのレコードカンパニーのアカウンタントやってたからでもすごいパンク好きだからちょっとそれはあんまノットパンクだと思ってて
But I like punk rock. And I wanted to play more real punk
パン
rock.
クのことをいっぱいたくさんやりたくて
So you wanted to do a hardcore band to be extra punk.
そうそんな感じ
Did this band play shows?
した
Yeah, we did a few times.
何回かしてでその後このシン
And
ガーと一
the
緒に
singer
ブレイクファース
and
ト
I
のメン
did
バ
a
ー
side
と
project
ちょっとサブ
with
プロジェクトを
Breakfast.
一緒にやったりとか結構ミックスしてますはいびっくりした
These are both your hardcore past, hardcore history right here.
そうだねすごいインポータントエラーだね for me
Look at Bob being all like Nardwar, the human serviette, like pulling out all these deep cuts and like. Do you know the name of his elementary school teacher, Bob?
Well, as a matter of fact.
Chin-san, when you first started playing guitar, what guitarist did you want to sound like?
最初は
In the beginning.
ねメタリカ
Oh,
Kirk Hammett?
ジェームス・ヘッドフィールド
From James Hetfield's
Okay.
down picking.
Fast.
そうちょ
super
っと
fast.
僕
Because I was a
ガイ
nerd
だから
guy. I wanted the masculinity like him.
ちょっと欲しかった
It's funny because I don't hear that in your playing at all. Like your your early playing, even now I think, but your guitar playing has, I don't know, almost kind of like a funky sound to it, and some I don't know, it's really bright
はいはいはい。そうだね。
compared to like that early, heavy metal kind of stuff. It's totally different, I think.
そうだね。なんか日本に
There was a Japanese band called Unicorn, which came to the scene a little bit after the Blue
ちょっと
Hearts.
後ぐらいなんだけど、さっきのそのフォークソング
So after my comedy folk phase,
の後ぐらいに
listening
初め
to
て
this
その
band
バ
introduced
ンドと
me
してすごい
to
好きになって
many new
すごい
genre
バラ
of
エティ
music,
のサウンド
like
だか
Metallica.
ら、いろんなその音楽の、なんていうの、入り口になって、そのバンドが。で、すごいポップだけど、ちょっとその、ファンキーなのもあるし、っていうのがあって、その後、メタリカとかそういうの聴けるようになったっていうか、
I see.
そんな感じ。
When I was 18, I went to go see that band, Fountains of Wayne. You know them, right?
うん。
So I was standing in line to go see Fountains of Wayne at this club in San Francisco, and I stood in line behind Kirk Hammett from Metallica.
Didn't that dude from Fountains of Wayne just pass away from Corona?
Yeah, like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
うん。本当だね。そうなんだね。でも、あんまりなんかメタリカそんなにビッグインフルエンスじゃないです。
What kind of guitarist did you want to be when you first started?
やっぱファニーが好き。
I liked being funny,
後でだんだんそのファンキー
so
なも
I
の
was
とか、
more attracted to
パン
funky
ク
stuff.
のちょっと
And the punk rock
あんまり
with
マッチョ
less
じゃないやつが
masculinity,
やっぱ好き。
like
ス
ska
カパン
punk.
クもそんな感じだし、それでなんか日本のフルーティーとか、
Fruity was my favorite Japanese ska punk band.
ディスガスティーンズっていうバンドがいて、
There was a band
ライ
called
フボールっていうスカパン
Disgusting.
クバンド、そのフルーティーとライフボールがめちゃめちゃ
Before Disgusting, there were Lifeful and Fruity, and these bands were a big influence on ska punk scene in
そ
Japan.
のライフボールの後のディスガスティーンズのギターの G1 っていう
The
人がいて、
guitarist of Disgusting was
YouTube 見たらすごいんだ
a
けど、
former member of Lifeful. His name is G1. You should watch him on
ギター弾かな
YouTube.
いあんまり。
Well,
ギタリスト
he
なんだけど
doesn't really
ギター
play
弾かない
guitar on stage,
それが
even
す
though
ごい
he's a
かっこよく
guitarist,
て
but
大
it's
事な
really
ところ
cool.
は弾くけど、もうなんか
He doesn't play the significant parts,
trust
but
members
he basically
members
trusts
みたいな
and relies on the bandmates.
その他の人はプレイングだけど、
So
ライフボール
while
の
the
ベー
band
スの
was
人とか
playing their
やっ
instruments,
てるんだけど、
G1 puts off his
G1
guitar
は
and
ギターを置い
started
て
dancing on the stage.
踊ったりと
Ah,
か
I
して
see.
て、うん。それはすご
It
い
is amazing.
アメイジング。
So I think maybe this is a good point. I wanted to say this maybe as kind of introduction, but you've mentioned Fruity and Breakfast and a lot of these other bands from that period. And when I was kind of looking at all of the, your band history and the other band histories, I started thinking about, recently in the news, people are talking about Corona and these clusters, and super clusters and all these connections to other people. And I realized that you are kind of like a punk super cluster. Because you have all these connections to these other bands, and the bands that you made, the other members are also super clusters. So for example, the band you had, Boys Now, you're in that band with Tsun Tsun, who was, he played guitar in Fruity, and he played drums in Boys Now. And then you have Oka-san from Breakfast is playing bass, and Kakubari-san from Snotty, and then all of the whole, he's connected to people like Hoshino Gen now and stuff like that. So, I mean, the connections in the music industry, there's like this kind of, these few super clusters who are connected to everybody. And I think more than any of the other members of Nang Boyz or Going Steady, you have so many connections to these other bands that were so important to Japanese punk, early Japanese punk.
まあ、スモールコミュニティ。すごいスモールコミュニティ。
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so I was watching, yesterday, I was watching TV drama, and Hoshino Gen came on there.
あ、うんうん。
And he's really, he's a famous actor now and still really popular pop musician and folk singer-songwriter. But, my son and my daughter love him. So they saw him, it's Hoshino Gen. And I wanted to explain to them, actually, he's the leader of Sake Rock, and Sake Rock is, was produced originally by Kakubari, and Kakubari is the lead singer of Snotty with CHIN as guitarist. But it's all so connected, and,
本当だね。
the whole Japanese music scene is connected in that way. So
CHIN is also our connection, through Mike Park. That's our connection to how we met the band, how we met you guys.
yeah, very true.
It's true.
So from now on, your new name is not CHIN Nakamura, but it's Punk Cluster Nakamura.
でもフルーティーの
So my
その
story with Fruity is
時
quite
結構面白く
interesting.
てフルーティーが
Did you guys
US
know
ツアー
when
した
Fruity
の
went on the US tour?
で
So
あれは
actually,
本当
the
は
tour was
Snail
originally booked
行く
and
ツアー
planned
だった
for Snail
ス
Ramp.
ネイルランプは
Do you guys know the band?
Yeah, the ska punk. Yeah,
あの時
Mind Your Step.
そうちょっとだんだんゲリング
Yeah, and that was when they were getting famous.
でもギタリス
But
トがい
the guitarist left the band,
ていなかったから
so they were recruiting a support
スネイルラン
guitar.
プギタリスト募集してサポートギターをそれで僕それを
I
見
saw
て
the ad, and I liked
ス
the
ネイルラン
band.
プ好きだったから大学1
And I was a freshman in college when I saw the flyer, and of course there was no internet at the time, so I tore the paper to keep the phone number and call them. I went to the audition at the studio, and they accepted me as a support member, even though they weren't impressed with my guitar skill.
サポートメンバーみたいなって、そのギター
So the reason
な
they
んで
were
その募集
recruiting
したかというと、
guitarists
スネイル
was
ランプ
because
の
they were
アメリカ
supposed
ツ
to
ア
go on
ー
the US tour.
募集だったんですね。
Oh, okay.
で、なんだけど、
Then
その
it was
それが
cancelled.
キャンセルになって、で、後で聞いたら、
Later, I
その
heard
ツアーは
Fruity went to
フルーテ
the
ィーが
tour
行って
instead
た
of
っていう
Snail Ramp.
話があって、で、それで
The
中
leader
村
of Snail Ramp gave
ご
me
め
an
んって
apology,
そのスネイルランプのリーダーが、キャンセルになった。
and he offered
で
me
一
to
回だけ
play
ライ
at
ブ
the
しよう
show.
って言ってくれたライブが、なんか
The show was supposed to be an all-night fast-core show, but there were only 4 bands. The show started at midnight and finished around 1 a.m. and it was after the departure of the last trains.
すっごいなんか変なイベントで、
Such a
そ
weird
のファスト
event.
コアの
But the singer
バン
of
ド
one
の
of the
シンガー
fast-core
が
band was
ブレイクファー
Okakun
ストの
from
オカ君
Breakfast.
その時。
Oh, okay.
cool.
それで、その時なんかすごい超かっこいい
And I
と思っ
loved
て
his performance.
で、後でスクールジャケッツとその
His
オカ君
band and School Jacket released a split tape afterward.
出しただけど、それが一番最初の
So that was the beginning.
きっかけ。もう、
And
Young
it's
Punch
way
の前
before
の
Young
話。
Punch.
Okay.
That was your first show?
そう。
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
I was wondering about that because, I've read before that people have described you a ex-member of Snail Ramp, but I always wondered what that connection was. So now it's clear.
ちょっと
Yeah,
ちょっと
this is a
複雑だね
bit complicated.
Yeah.
One show. One show.
Bob, you saw Snail Ramp on like a TV show or something, right?
Yeah, I saw Snail Ramp on that TV show Hey Hey Hey, like in 2000 or something.
I like watching the old Snail ramp videos because they look like there was a look of that early Japanese ska scene where they wear like those like boating hats and like short shorts and stuff and like
And like Hawaiian shirts.
and Hawaiian shirts. Yeah, that was like the ska look for a while.
I feel like JJ has that style for sure.
Yeah,
He's always rocking the like bucket hat kind of.
yeah. Even now, kind of. Yeah.
So, Chin, I heard you like trains a lot, and Adam is wearing a train T-shirt today. Did you wear that for Chin today?
Yes, I checked.
I didn't wear this. Yeah, that he noticed that as soon as he got on the call, he was like, "Oh, you have a Shinkansen N700K shirt."
見て、ほら。
Nice.
Train cup.
So I didn't know that Chin loves trains, and when he came to visit me here in Nagoya, just by chance, we were playing at the big park here, Meijo Park, which is a big park in Nagoya, and I said, "Hey, across the street there's a train cafe that serves pancakes. Do you want to go?" And he was like, "Sure." And I had no idea that he loves trains, so we go there, and he's telling me, he's like, "Yeah, this is N gauge. It means that the scale is about, I don't know what it is," and he's explaining all of the, all the trains and stuff. And there's all these junior high school boys who are like running their trains on the tracks, and they're applauding each other, like they're like, "Yay," and clapping. And I said, "What are they clapping about?" And Chin explained to me, it's about the way that you organize the train.
そうだっけなんか、そのディテール覚えてない。
Oh, I don't remember the details. That's so funny.
What's your favorite type of train?
好きな
My
電車
favorite train is
チンチン電車って
Chinchin
わかる？
You mean like lomen densha?
そうそう、路面電車。
So like a trolley, like a cable car.
Trolleys from what city?
A hard
難しい
question.
ね。
I think Hiroshima has a good train.
Oh, Hiroshima. Okay, okay.
広島かっこいい。
Yeah, Hiroshimas are nice, yeah.
でも、僕、
I do like
好
trains,
きだけ
but
ど、
I'm a
講
poser.
座だから。ちょっとハード
I'm not a hardcore fan.
So, Chin, I don't know if you have ever been to Toyohashi in Aichi Prefecture, but Toyohashi has the lomen densha, like you're talking about, the trolleys. But in the summertime, they have like a beer garden, so you can sit and drink beer while you ride on the train across town. And then in the winter, they have oden. So you should definitely come and bring your family, and we'll
すごい。
we'll have oden on the train, on the lomen densha.
かっこいい。
Bunch of fucking nerds here.
Yeah, I agree with you. Those chinchin densha are really nice. I like riding those whenever I like. It's actually usually faster to take a bus or to take to even walk sometimes. But I love riding them because they're just kind of classic.
あれだよね。サンフランシスコも、そのトロリー。
Oh, San Francisco got a trolley, right?
なんだっけサンノゼのカルトレイン。
I heard the train
Caltrain,
that
yeah.
goes to
Caltrain?
San
Yeah.
Jose,
なんかあれでしょ
Caltrain, will stop operating.
するかもって。
Like they're gonna close it.
かもしれないって。
He's saying that that there's a proposal to stop running the Caltrains.
Oh, there was. Yeah. I think they have. It was like every county had to kind of work out their own part in it, and I think they have a temporary solution. So for now, more Caltrain.
Okay.
Caltrain, daijoubu.
大丈夫あ、そうなんだ。
Daijoubu. 今は大丈夫。けど、
Yeah, those Caltrains are made in Japan, I think. The engines
They
and
are.
the trains are. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Chin, you are not a train poser.
Yeah. You know a lot of trains.
You know about train news from other countries.
So, Chin,
はい。
I'm a gardening poser. I'm taking care. I'm growing lots of cactus recently. And this year I'm also growing tomatoes.
おお。
And my tomatoes are okay, like mama. But I want to hear about your farm. You farm now. I want to know all about it.
Yes. Also, I am farming poser だから。今ね、最初は、今は、梅。
Right now, I'm growing plum
プラムと、
and
米
rice
をやってます。あとはちょっとスモール。
and some vegetables on the side,
ちょっとたくさん。
Such as?
なんかセサミとか。
like sesame
うん。
and
レ
lettuce.
タスとか。なんか。
Okay.
うん。そんな感じ。で、最初は本当はね、一番最初は
At first,
オリーブ。
I wanted to grow some olives,
Oh, wow.
で、それは、
but
日本では
olive farming has not rooted in
レ
Japan.
アですごい。
うん。
で、その、一箇所、その、
Only this island, Shodoshima, in Setonaikai, succeeded in harvesting
だけ
olives.
が、その、最初に成功した場所で、多分100年前ぐらいかな。
I think they have the history for about 100 years,
でもそのオリーブは、
and
カリフォルニア
their
から
first olive came from California.
Oh, really?
Okay.
そのオリーブツリーのベイビーズが、came to my farm. 最初、一番 first time, I started farming period. でも、全部 failed.
What do you mean they failed? Like the olives are not growing, or the trees died, or what happened to the?
bugs came.
Oh.
And your farm is organic. Your farm is completely organic, right?
そう。ハードコア。
So you don't want to use any noyaku, any pesticides, right? You want to avoid them. You don't want to use them.
そう。
Yeah, I try to avoid using fertilizer too.
Oh, really? Okay. So I always wondered about that. Organic means not only no pesticide, no herbicide, but also no fertilizer.
ケースバイケースで、
Okay.
多分、it depends. The kind of, なんだっけ、肥料は、
Fertilizer.
ファスティライ、なんだっけ。
It's okay. Fertilizer. Fertilizer, yeah.
ごめん。そう。
So
No,
fertilizer
actually-
depends on what kind.
You mean so if it's natural fertilizer, then it's okay, but if it has like chemicals in it, then you don't want to use it. Like chemical fertilizers.
そう。なんか多分、アナログの、なんかその、エフェクターじゃなくって、なんかその、あれみたいな、デジタルケミカルエフェクターみたいな。
If we're talking analog fertilizer, that's just poop, right?
そう。一番その、プレシャス。
Precious Uncle. That'll be the new band. That'll be your new band name, Chin. Precious Uncle.
PU.
かっこいい。
So Chin, I heard when you played with Nang Boyz, you, Abiko, and Murai, you would practice every day, like a full-time job,
Yeah.
and you would learn other songs by other bands. Like you can play all the Operation Ivy songs, right?
シークレット。でも、right.
What other bands did you learn?
オペレーション IB は、
So I can play all
全部の
songs
曲
by
だった
Operation IV.
あとは、one song, each one song. 例えば、
One song by Weezer,
の曲とか、ジャパニーズ、
one from the Japanese band like Inu,
Mm.
and the Replacements,
とか、ビートルズとか、
even from the Beatles
ジミ・ヘンドリックス
and Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, wow.
ジミ・ヘンドリックス、
For Jimi Hendrix, Our drummer, Murai, got to sing.
Whoa. Nani o uta?
パープルヘイズ。
Nice.
すっごいそう、
It was so funny.
すごい。
Did you record these covers?
record
You recorded them?
した。
Yep, we recorded.
Wow.
でも、
Wow.
Awesome.
We have to hear these. We have to hear these songs. I want to hear Murai singing Purple Haze.
I gotta hear this.
I can't even imagine Murai singing, much less singing Purple Haze. Because you have to be that song has so much, I don't know, you have to have a lot
そう
of
そう
power
そ
in
う
the vocals
す
and
す
stuff.
ごかった。一番すごかった
Yeah,
な。
that was the craziest moment.
So there's a lyric in the song where he says, "Excuse me while I kiss the sky." But when you listen to it, it sounds like, "Excuse me while I kiss this guy."
ああそうなんだ。
Which one did Murai go with?
うん。
Yeah, he would do it so.
Excuse me while I kiss the sky.
What songs did you sing?
多分、ウィーザーやったと
I think I did a Weezer,
思う。でも、あんまり良くない。
but
良くない
it wasn't great.
That actually ties it into what I wanted to ask you. In Binkan Shonentai, you actually sing the lead on some of those songs. And I didn't ever realize, of course I heard you screaming in the background of Nang Boyz songs, but I didn't ever hear you really singing until those Binkan Shonentai songs. But actually I really like the sound of your voice. It's not really a comment, a question, it's more of a comment, but
Me too.
恥ずかし
I'm
い
embarrassed.
I like the verse in Sound of Shimokitazawa about going to Village Vanguard.
うんうんうん。
For real, it's a really sweet little slice of life.
Thank you.
なんかね、あの時、すごいナーバス。
Did Binkan Shonentai play shows?
ね。
We only played at the show once.
So after that, after Binkan Shonentai, the women who were in that group with you, I mean, you kind of did like an audition and wanted to hire kind of amateur people, right? So I mean, I think one of them is like a book illustrator, and one of them is like a hairstylist, and one's an editor or something like that. Did they know each other? I mean, were they doing music together before they joined you, or did they not know each other?
4 girls で、
So there were 4 girls.
が
3 of them were from the existing group, Waku Waku Girl.
っていうグループで、もうずっとやってた。
Okay.
で、もう一人は三峰さん。
And the last person, Mitsumine-san, she came from our audition.
それでミックスし
That's how they
初め
met.
て会った。
Okay. And Mitsumine-san, she's the one, she appeared in that kind of stage play soundtrack that you did, right? The Broken Vibrators.
そうだね
Yeah. Oh, you
よく
really know
知ってま
it.
すね
I think she's screaming on one of those songs, kind of like a death curdle scream, right?
そうそうそうそうそうそう。
So, and then after Binkan Shonentai, broke up, I mean, you really got together to record that one CD, and then after that, you didn't really do anything together, I think, right?
Right. I didn't make
Yeah,
any music with them after all.
Okay. And then after that, the 4 of them continued on as Waku Waku Girls, I think for a long time, maybe for 10 years or something after that, right?
あ、そうだね、多分。やってると思う。多分、ワクワクガールズ、みんなは、wanted to, keep 敏感少年隊 but, 銀杏ボーイズ was,
So while Ginnan Boys was doing crazy,
crazy stuff だから。
Binkan Shoujotai
敏
was
感少年隊ちょっ
nice
と
and sweet.
こう、なんていうか、優しいっていうか、 なんか。
Yeah.
だからnot その、crazy stuff だから。
So I think it was hard to balance out the two bands.
I see.
Binkan Shonentai, did you get that name from Kinniku Shoujotai?
多分、そう、ミネタ made this band name. So, I think so.
It's like the opposite.
なんかそんな感じだね。そんな感じ。
Mike has a band called Hard Girls, and Hard Girls is the opposite of the Soft Boys.
Yeah.
なるほど。
Similar idea.
なるほど。
So I wanted to ask how you chose the songs. Like you have the original song, The Sound of Shimokitazawa, and then you did that Shinshia by Yoshida Takuro, right? And then Hanasaku Machi, which was originally recorded in like 1990s or something by the...
ホブルディーズかなホブルディーズ。
Oh, that's right, yeah. Were those songs also chosen by Mineta, or did you choose them together?
ミネタ、chose.
Okay.
全部ミネタ。
Those songs are both very kind of melancholy, like like the song by Yoshida Takuro. It's this song about going back and visiting your hometown, and everything has changed, and the people that you knew are gone, and you just feel this kind of sadness about the passing of time and stuff. And then the Hubbledees song is also it's kind of this sad song about that drifter folk singer guy who leaves the person behind and can't explain why he's leaving her because he feels he's bad for her and stuff. And they're both these really kind of sad, melancholy songs. And I think they kind of mix well with the sound of Shimokitazawa, because that's also, it seems like this idea of losing that connection to this town. The town is going to change, and the girl that I knew there, I've lost her. So the theme is very similar to both of those, I think. Losing this place and also losing this person and connection.
すごい。アナライズ。
That's the impression I got, yeah.
すごいアナライザーだ。
That's the point of the podcast.
今、gotcha. I'm not sure about that till now. 初めて、first time to get that theme.
Yeah, well, the lyrics of the Shimokitazawa, it's kind of just talking about memories that you guys had of being in Shimokitazawa, it seems like, right? Like the girl who lived there, and I won't see her anymore, and going to Videban together, and all this kind of stuff. And now that, because of this big construction project, Shimokitazawa will change. The feeling of the town will change, and those memories will be affected. And I feel like that kind of theme, it's connected to a theme I hear in Nang Boyz music as well. So memories of the past or something.
そうかもね。
二人でビレバンに入ろうぜ。難しい本を今日は買うぜ。読んでもさっぱりわからないぜ。持ってるだけで満足だぜ。サウンドオブ下北沢。
Chin, when I lived in Japan, the last night I spent in Japan, I hung out with you in Shimokitazawa. You came to my sayonara kai, and that's one of my good memories of Shimokitazawa. But what was your favorite thing to do in that neighborhood? I think maybe a lot of the early ska punk scene was in Shimokitazawa. でしょ?
そう。
What's your favorite part of that neighborhood?
そうだね。レコードショップとかがすごい。
Well, there were many record shops, and most of my friends used to live in the neighborhood.
そのさっきのスモールコミュニティ
Like the small communities that I mentioned earlier, most of them, regardless the ages, were in Shimokitazawa.
で、そのなんかそうだね。スモールタウンだったから。
It's a small town and it was really fun.
楽しかった。 たね。
At that time, like the west side of Tokyo, that area, like Setagayaku and stuff, was it cheaper to live out there than other parts of Tokyo?
ね、not cheaper enough なんだけど。
No, the area wasn't cheap.
その、その、下北沢のちょっ
But
と
if you go
遠くは
walk a
チ
bit
ープ
further from central
歩い
Shimokitazawa,
てちょっと遠いぐらい
the
の
housing
ところは
was a little bit more affordable.
下北沢はちょっと
Shimokitazawa was expensive.
Okay.
そうだね。でも今本当
The area has
Totally
totally
changed
changed, so I don't know how it is
あ
like
わ
right
かんない
now.
今はどうなんだろう。
Yeah, I went there kind of recently, and I was surprised. Like it feels very different.
ああ、
You know, it's still hip. It's still kind of a popular neighborhood, but it doesn't have that feeling like that old town, small town feeling. I don't feel that anymore.
That's whack.
Yeah.
Chin-san,
はい。
I want to ask about Nang Boyz PVs. Whose ideas were they, and why did you want to make them so long?
I want to know too. そう、いつも、every time, singer Mineta has the vision, kind of vision of, making stuff. So, about video, he don't want to normal video.
はい。
普通じゃなくて、なんかちょっとやっぱストーリーとか、not important music, just video is important. Influence come by, 例えば、本当の real movie or, sexual movie とか、そうそうそう。not music influence かなコメディショーとか、なんか、music was not important every time.
That actually makes a lot of sense because the school kill video, you can't even hear the song
Yeah.
for most of the video.
そうそう。
So it's just about a video is a video and the song is a very different piece of art, I guess.
そんな感じ。ビデオミックス is every time 低い、low.
Yeah, the sound, yeah.
ボイスの方が。
That's interesting because even just this, even just the word PV, like promotional video, the idea is that you promote the song. But for Mineta-san, his idea is not promoting the song. It's the video is the point, and the song is why fans will come and watch it. So it's opposite, kind of.
Yeah.
そうだね。
Did Mineta want to do acting then too?
My hypothesis
Okay.
は、is ミネタ acting is not acting like every time acting みたいな。
Like he's always acting.
そうそうそう。例えば、銀杏ボーイズショー is すごい、long talking あるでしょ、で、ああいうのは、not acting, but acting みたいな。
I see. So it's always a performance. Like everything is a performance for him.
Always in character.
Yeah. Cool.
I remember reading in the Ginnan Shock books, even in the very early days of Going Steady, when people asked, interviewers asked them about the band, both Mineta-san and I think Murai-san said, Going Steady is not just a band. Like it's a whole entertainment package kind of. So, maybe acting and manga and, music and all kind of things together. It's not just a band.
だから、今、多分ミネタはもうアクタ but it seems still not acting かな。
Okay.
Make sense ですか?
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. Like he's not really doing anything different. Like he's an actor, but it's the same Mineta who was always acting as.
Yeah.
Like Mineta is a character.
あ、そうそう、そんな感じかな。
I don't want to put words in your mouth. I don't want to make you say something that you're not saying.
Yeah, might get him in trouble.
違ったら指摘して。
Chin-san, I've been thinking about Beach.
はい。
What show was that?
あれはちょっとライブミックス。多分、4 lives かな確か。I think. ちょっとdifferent parts をmix. mainly, Abiko did mix. That purpose, すごい、なんかあんまり聞きやすくない。聞きにくい。It's hard to
Yes.
listen.
Yes, definitely.
Stuff, right?
So does it.
For me too.
That was the concept?
Concept, yes.
Still interesting and unique. I think there's no other Beach. I feel like that's the only record that sounds like that. And I think it's really amazing that you made it. You know, it's sugoi just for being, I think.
I want to say, Abi-chan, Abiko, this story, this Mike-san opinion, 多分 save Abi-chan.
Cool.
It was so hard to make album.
Okay. We'll ask Abiko.
Yeah, we should ask Abiko
Yeah.
about this.
Okay.
Chin, you used a really good phrase when I talked to you about Beach. I remember when that album came out and I called you and talked about it, but also we talked about it recently. And you used a really good phrase. I said, I think a lot of the fans, when they listen to that, the phrase you used is komatta, and which I really like. In English, I guess I would say the fans really struggled with it, which is a really appropriate term. I really like that idea because you made a piece of art that the fans don't easily consume and easily digest. The fans have to struggle with it and wrestle with it to, and then maybe they don't like it, and that's okay, but it's an experience. Like, to listen to it, it's not an easy experience. And I really like that. So the phrase that you used, komatta, is really perfect, I think. 困らせた。
困らせたね。we talked about normal live album is not live な感じ。ちょっとsophisticated みたいな感じ。だからもっとそのライブハウスour live はもっとケオスみたいな感じ。だからそのエアパックみたいな with Japanese noise hardcore sound みたいな。
Okay. So you're trying to capture that chaos from your live experience, and by just, I don't know, like you said, yeah, kind of packing the air on that, on the hardcore sound. Yeah, I like that though.
So after we wrap up here, what are you gonna do with the rest of your day today?
今日は
I'm going to swim in the sea today.
Oh, that sounds nice. That sounds real nice.
We didn't mention that Chin is also a Buddhist priest, but I guess that's maybe for another talk.
It's okay because I'm a poser.
A poser priest.
Chin-san, do you like any koans? Buddhist koan?
あれね、なん
So
か
koan
セクトが違
is for
ってて
other sect.
なんかね
So
僕は
our sect don't do it.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Your sect is Kukai, no oshiei?
そうそうそうそ
Or
う。
something? Okay.
なんかセクシャルをポジティブ、ポジティブマインド、セクシャルティング。
You're a lucky boy.
マイスタイル。
Chin, thank you so much for coming on the
あ
show.
ありがと
I miss you a lot. It's really good to see you.
Thank you so much, Chin.
Thank you, Chin.
う。また。
Great to see
Good
you.
to see you. I miss you. I love you.
Love you too, Chin.
Bye, everybody.
All right, Bob, time to hide your ass or whatever it is he said.
Oh, where have you been hiding your sorry ass?
Yeah, time to hide our sorry ass again.
All right, adios.
All right, bye.
Hey, for real, thanks for listening to Dog People. Please follow us on Instagram and Twitter at DogPeople666. I'm posting a lot of dumb shit, and who the heck am I making it for if not for you guys? We recorded this episode months ago, but in the meantime, Chin has announced the release of his forthcoming book, Dance in the Farm, about his life on Suo Oshima, being a monk, farmer, and so on. Check that out. It comes out March 19th.